forgetting stuff is normal. I mean, about 67% of you forgets to subscribe, but that's besides the point. Today we're here to talk about Pokemon that you probably forgot were owned by Team Rocket. You know, Jessie, James, Meowth, everyone's favorite bad guys. Team Rocket barely catches any Pokemon in the anime. I mean, normally they just use one Pokemon throughout the series, give it away, and repeat. Catch a Pokemon, give it away, repeat. Now, despite the lack of Pokemon they catch, which would actually make it easier to keep track of what Pokemon they have caught, there is still a few Pokemon that you might have forgotten they owned at one point. Like myself, I've forgotten all of these, so yeah. And these Pokemon were probably forgotten whether they were used too little or the Pokemon just had no personality at all, ergo making it forgettable.
Wait. Did you just say ergo?
Yes, Zach, I said ergo. Anyways, with that in mind, this will be the top 5 Pokemon that you probably forgot were owned by Team Rocket. Oh, and these Pokemon that I forgot were owned by Team Rocket. Anyways, intro please! But before we get into the video, this video is sponsored in part by Honeygain. And Honeygain is an app where you literally do nothing and get paid. How awesome is that? Oh my god. I mean, seriously, you just download it, connect to the internet, and boom, you're making money. Anyways, there is a link in the description that will give you $5 just by signing up. I mean, all you have to do is just click the link, sign up today, done. You'll get $5 just like that in your account. I wish I knew that when I signed up, because no one really told me that. I had to find it out myself, but it is what it is. But anyways, download Honeygain now and make some sweet money.
Number 5.
Number 5, okay. I needed to fill out this damn list, so this entry might not be all that forgettable, but trust me, you'll feel old in the later entries. Trust me on that one. Anyways, for number 5, I chose Jessie and James' Amoonguss and Frillish. Yes, the both of them, because I equally forget about them exactly the same way. Now, holy crap! I cannot tell you seriously how many times I've forgotten about these two. And it was in the 16th season, the 3rd Black and White season. And why are they so forgettable, you may ask? Well, at the start of the Black and White arc, Jessie and James were actually different. They were more serious, not blasting off. And they had a Yamask and Woobat, which were fine. They didn't blast off with them, and they always had that possibility of evolving. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, in season 16, Jessie and James just goes back to normal. And they just suddenly have a Amoonguss and Frillish. Why are they here? It's never explained. I believe it is actually a vaguely reference that they got these Pokemon from the HQ, or did they catch it? I didn't even know till this day. I genuinely do not understand where they came from. Did the show only obtain these Pokemon? No, they just suddenly have them. And to make it even worse, these two have no personality. They are just there for reasons. They get no official episode dedicated to them. They do nothing memorable like Jessie and James' previous Pokemon did. We just see Team Rocket, we see them, and then they blast off. And yes, I forgot to mention, Team Rocket just blasts off now that they have these Pokemon, so that makes me hate them even more. Now, I do not
Hating on
Frillish and or Moon, I actually like the Pokemon itself. I just don't like their Jessie and James' versions of them because they did nothing to add anything in the show. And what makes it even worse is that they could have just made Woobat and Yamask evolve. That would have been so much better. We're this season by Pokemon, this. Okay, you might have remembered these two, but trust me, that's about to change with...
Number 4.
Number 4, Jessie's Mawile. Remember this? No? I don't blame you, but yeah, Jessie had a Mawile. Well, just for one episode, but it happened, and it happened in the X-Ray episode, A Festival Trade, A Festival Farewell. Or excuse me, A Festival Trade, exclamation mark, and A Festival Farewell, with a question mark. What actually happens, there's this dude who just loves Jessie's big Pumpkaboo. Wait a minute. This dude just loves a Pumpkaboo and just wants to trade his Mawile for Jessie's Pumpkaboo. Jessie says yes. We actually get to see this whole scene here at Jessie imagines herself with a Mega Mawile, because you see Jessie wanted a Mega Pokemon. obviously. But her Pumpkaboo evolves through the trade, blah blah blah, stuff happens, blah blah blah. Eventually she trades her Marwile back to this weird dude and she gets Gourgeist, which I'm glad for because I love Gourgeist. But that's besides the point, and this is a bit of a shame because Team Rocket with a Mega Pokemon would have been pretty interesting, since none of the main characters actually gets access to a Mega Pokemon in the X and Y arc, which is such a major missed opportunity, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, Jessie's Marwile, you won't forget about it now. But sticking with Jessie...
Number 3.
Jessie's Shelter. Now, when I did my research for this video, I genuinely forgot this happened. Yes, Jessie caught a Shelter. This is not through trade or anything. She caught this Pokemon. What? Huh? When? Where? Well, this forgettable capture happens in the episode The Evolution Solution. Giovanni orders Jessie and James to dig for clams. James hits something, and it is revealed to be a Shelter. James battles it. You know, the usual happens. James battles it, throws a Pokeball, and Jessie has the Pokemon. Straightforward stuff. Watch the episode, it's actually pretty funny. But yeah, this actually happened, and I am baffled by how I have completely forgotten about this. But yet again, Shelter isn't in the series for too long. Eventually it bites on a Slowpoke's tail, and it gave birth to one of the single most confusing evolutions ever. But that discussion is for another day. Eventually Team Rocket tries to steal the now Slowbro, because come on, half of that is Jessie's Pokemon. But no, it uses Mega Punch, and that's all she wrote. They blast off. Jessie never gets to see her Shelter again.
Number 2.
Number 2, James's Magikarp. Okay, this is low-key one of my favorite Pokemon ever owned by James. I'm glad that I finally got a reason to talk about this now. I mean, the amount of jokes that came from this one Magikarp is absolutely mind-blowing. Like, this scene is genuinely one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Magikarp. Lucky for us, I bought this, even if it costs next month's salary.
Enough bragging, just tie yourself on.
We gotta escape!
All right, Magikarp, let's escape!
Like, this scene is generally one of the funniest things ever and made me love Magikarp. It's too bad James's Magikarp didn't last too long in the series as it evolves into Gyarados and it hates him. Rightfully so. Just in case you didn't know, in the SSN episodes, there's this dude that tricks James into buying a Magikarp yet again. One of the best things that ever happened in the season. Just for James to find out that Magikarp is totally worthless. And also, this is actually the very Magikarp that was infamously about to be eaten and send the internet to an absolute frenzy of theories like the Pokemon are actually eaten by people. But alas, the less spoke about that, the better. But alas, this Magikarp is kind of forgotten because it evolved into Gyarados and people just remember that. I mean, I even typed in James's Magikarp and Bulbapedia was like, nope. We only have a page for James's Gyarados. I mean, come on. Give Magikarp some credit. But don't worry, I'll never forget you, even though I kinda forgot. Oops.
Number 1.
Jessie's Magikarp. Now, I 1,000,000% forgot that this happened. Like, when I searched all the Pokemon that Jessie has owned, and I saw Magikarp, and I was like, wait a minute, that has to be a mistake. That can't be right. When did that happen? And yeah, apparently it did, and I just somehow completely forgot about this. How this happens is actually the very same dude that sold James his Magikarp sells Jessie a Magikarp. He sells Jessie a Magikarp, but this time he disguised the Magikarp as a Feebas. Jessie buys this with a pearl that she's stolen, because that's totally normal, because she wants a beautiful Milotic. But no, eventually I found out that the Feebas is just a Magikarp with paint, and yet again, so funny. You should definitely check this out if you haven't yet. Deserves so much more credit. And speaking of deserves so much more credit, this guy is the absolute best thing ever. This guy deserves so much more credit as well. Selling Magikarp for high prices. This dude is a genius. But yeah, that's how Jessie got her Magikarp. And again, unfortunately she didn't keep it for too long because, well, it's useless. But no, it's not. They saw what happens when you mistreat a Magikarp. It turns to a Gyarados, so why didn't she keep it? But anyways, another thing is, Team Rocket and a Magikarp is just such pure comedy gold. I mean, I think they should actually have Team Rocket actually get a Magikarp again. But then this time they're like, oh wait, this Pokemon can evolve into Gyarados, so let's just keep it. But then the joke is it just never evolves ever. They have it from the beginning of the season all the way up until like the next 3 seasons, and it just never evolves. Like that could be a little funny little joke, but I don't know if that's ever gonna happen because we deserve good things in Pokemon, apparently. But anyways, Jessie's Magikarp is the Pokemon I chose for number 1 on this list. So yeah, there we go. Thank you for watching yet again another list in the bag. And yet again, I want to say thank you to the sponsor, Honeygain. Link in the description. Click on that, sign up, get $5 just like that. Thumbs up for you. Did you enjoy this video? Why don't you give a thumbs up to this video? Comment if you forgot any of these Pokemon or you have more that you've forgotten that Team Rocket had. And subscribe if you're new to this channel. We actually recently reached 1,500 subs, which is absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for everything. You're awesome, and I'm about to head on out. TheBustedMachine, power off.